Once upon a time, there lived a Ningto king and a Lima queen who ruled the land of Kanglepak in Manipur. A few months later, the Lima, who was the queen, gave birth to two twin babies, a boy and a girl. They named the boy Sanatomba and the girl Sanatombi. They thought that this was a good thing to happen. But soon there was a problem. The queen's milk wasn't enough for the two babies. Since they liked the boy better, they gave the girl the cow's milk and the boy the mother's milk. When the children were all grown up, the king and the queen never let Sanatomba go out of the palace. And they always told him to stay inside the palace and never go out, as they thought it was a dangerous world for him and that he might end up getting hurt. But Sanatombi was really interested in battles and wars and she really liked them. So she learned all of them all by herself. While Sanatombi was spending her day in the different parts of the kingdom and exploring around, Sanatomba was spending all of his time in his bedroom and the other rooms of the palace. The Ningto, who was the king, now became really old, and he thought to himself, I am really old. I can't rule this kingdom anymore. That means it's now time for my son to become the king. But my son is not trained to be king. He doesn't even know how to hold a sword. What should I do? I can't announce him as a king when he's like this, he thought to himself. Then he had an idea. The king went to a saint who lived in the forest. He told him the problem. Then the saint said, It's all your fault. It was you who never let your son go out of the palace. Then how is he gonna be trained? It's time for you to fix it. But, oh saint, I don't know how to do it. He doesn't even know how to hold a sword properly. Please give me some advice. The saint said, There is a solution for this. Listen to me carefully. Don't make the announcement yet. In the meanwhile, send your son to a forest far away from the kingdom. So now he will be trained without even him knowing it, as he has to protect himself from the animals there and he has to reach the kingdom. And if he does reach it in the 6 months, he will become the king. And if he doesn't, your daughter, Sanatombi, will become the queen. The king liked the idea and he went to tell his son. Sanatomba was playing in his room and the king came in. Before the king could say a word, he thought, if I tell him what's going to happen, he might get worried. So I'm going to say something else. Son? Yes, father. We are going to go to a fun trip outside the palace to a jungle nearby. And I want it to be a surprise for you. And I don't want you to know where we are going. So I'm going to blindfold you while taking you there. Oh, yay. It sounds fun. The king blindfolded the prince and brought him to the forest. He quickly removed the blindfold and ran away. The prince got worried when he could not see his father. He shouted, Father, where are you? I can't see you. I'm so scared. This is such a dark forest. But the king did not show up. Then the prince thought, maybe I should stay here for a while and my father will come back. But then he noticed a small note on the tree. He took it and read it aloud. Dear son, I am leaving you in this forest so that you can learn the skills which you will need to be the future king of our kingdom. So your challenge is that you have to reach the kingdom in 6 months and you have to save yourself from the dangers in the forest. The prince got worried. Oh no, how am I going to reach the palace in just 6 months? But I don't even know which way it is. He got worried, but he still accepted the challenge and he began his journey towards the palace. When the prince reached the kingdom, he was shocked to see his parents and his sister waiting for him He went to them and asked them, "How did you know that I was going to come on this day?" The king replied, "Son, today is the last day of the 6th month. So we were waiting for you to come so that you can be crowned the king." Then the prince understood what the king was saying. The next day, the prince was going to be crowned as the king. The king invited the saint to this ceremony, as it was the saint's idea which made the prince skilled, and he was becoming the king today. The king thanked the saint, and then he crowned his son to be king. The end.